All right, we're going to try this one more time. Thank you to Eddie who said no sound and everybody else who did the first time around too. I think we got it fixed. Hopefully we got it fixed. So again, it's about 9:15 now, and we're going to talk about a major pattern shift that is coming and starting tomorrow, and is going to run for the rest of the week and probably for the rest of January. Okay, I'm getting confirmation that we have audio. Very good. So let me go back and remember about a week before Thanksgiving, we said pretty confidently, hey, there is a major shift in the weather pattern coming. We're going to get a lot colder. And the day after Thanksgiving, that happened. We're seeing a lot of indications now that, again, we started talking about this actually last week, that starting tomorrow, there's a strong cold front that makes us really cold tomorrow during the day, tomorrow night, and Thursday into Friday morning. But more than that, there are some ingredients, if you will, of the recipe coming together. And so it looks like we're getting back to a pretty good shift to more winter prolonged temperatures. Lows in the teens, highs in the 20s kind of a thing. 32 is the average high. And then also a storm pattern, a jet stream pattern that sets up that keeps storms kind of spinning around the Great Lakes, especially from here to the east, and that'll keep us in the cold. That'll also keep snow chances coming through almost every single day here for quite a while. So it's not quite the strength of the evidence that we saw shifting into that cold December right after Thanksgiving, but it certainly is about makes me feel confident to talk about it. It's more of a January feel coming starting tomorrow. Prolonged colder temperatures, and we're down in terms of snow. I'll show you that in a little bit. As a matter of fact, we're down statistically for snow. January is supposed to be our snowiest month, and we're down for that, but we're going to start catching up a little bit at a time. All right. So with all that said, let me get you caught up real quick on what happened today. You can see high temperatures were quite warm. They were driven up by winds that were pretty strong. We had winds between 30 and 35 in a lot of spots, even a gust at Metro Airport about 43 miles per hour. And so that was coming through with a warm wind from the southwest behind the warm front, and we got the numbers to go up. Right now, we're still sitting pretty warm for this time of year, especially. Temperatures are popping up now, upper 30s and lower 40s. The radar is on here because we did have a few showers that moved west to east. You can see little bits and pieces left. Most of that is around and north of M59. This is moisture getting squeezed out by the first of two fronts overnight tonight. So the first one's going to be coming through. It's obviously not through yet because we've got temperatures that are still staying so warm here. But it's going to slide through, squeeze out some moisture for a couple of showers, mostly sprinkles left, and maybe a couple of snowflakes. And then tomorrow morning about 7 o'clock, that's going to be the second front. That's more like the Arctic front that starts to change everything. And here's the first little bit of evidence for that. We're going to look at temperatures across the region. We're at 39. Traverse City, Green Bay are at 39. It's 34 even in Marquette. And it's 29 even in Duluth. And then it's 7 in Winnipeg. So all that action from central Canada, all that cold air is going to rotate through Minnesota, the western Great Lakes, Wisconsin, and us over the next 36 hours or so. And so it'll be a very major change during the day tomorrow. And the cold air is going to interact lots of times. Of course, we get lake effect off Lake Michigan. This time it's going to be more concentrated in the thumb region. And so because of that and the snow potential with the warm water, relative warm water still of Lake Huron and the cold air, that's going to be pretty extreme. Sanilac County, that is in our viewing area, and then Huron County that is not, in the thumb here, going to be in a winter storm watch. That'll either get changed to a winter storm warning or to a winter weather advisory tomorrow probably in the morning. And it's from 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon into Thursday morning at 9. So this is where the most concentrated snow bands coming off of Lake Huron will be. The rest of us probably get a few snow showers as well, but not like this area. So let me show you what's going on here in this region with our futurecast starting tomorrow. The cloud, this is overnight. Here's 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. So that's the second front, the colder front coming through early in the morning. Probably have some snow showers with it. We may not get a whole bunch more than that in and around Detroit, the metro area. So we'll stop it here again at 7 p.m. This is the cold air really kind of picking up its pace, working its way in. But watch as we go from that point. So a few scattered snow showers tomorrow, more in the morning than the afternoon, but there might be a few around yet here in the evening. And then notice how the focus stays from Bad Axe to Port Huron. This is 2 o'clock in the morning. Here's 6 o'clock in the morning. It stays in that area into Thursday morning, and that's why the the watch is there for Sanilac and for Huron County. So if you look at snowfall from what's going on for the whole area for Wednesday, tomorrow, Wednesday night into Thursday morning, that's what these numbers are. It's an inch or less for most of us. And then Port Huron down to almost to Algonac, but St. Clair County, basically an inch or two. And then up to the northeast corner of Lapeer County and up farther north into the Thumb. But for Bad Axe down to Port Sanilac, you're in that 2 to 5 region, and that will be heaviest right along the shoreline there. And so it'll dwindle as you move west, not only in that heaviest band, but then also in that band from Port Huron, Algonac up through St. Clair County. So again, that's not a lot of snow for the metro area, but a pretty good concentration of some lake effect snow up to the north. So here is, again, where we are statistically. Today, no snowfall. We had mostly rain. Month to date, we're about 4.5 inches behind. Again, January is very typically, we get about 14 inches, very typically our snowiest month of the year. And so we're looking for some snowfall there to start picking up. It's not going to be tons at once, but it'll be kind of persistently messy around here, I think, a little bit. So that's the first batch, more in the Thumb than anywhere else. And then we're looking at a pattern here. Again, remember I told you that it's going to get busy. So Friday looks like widespread snow, different system than tomorrow into Thursday morning. That's going to stick because of the colder temperatures. That's probably 1 inch to 1.5 inches. All right, and then we look at Saturday. That is snow showers, not quite as widespread, more off and on, but that also looks like it's going to stick because of the cold temperatures, and that's probably about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. If you look at Sunday, it's a slight chance of snow, kind of hard to tell. If we do get some, that it wouldn't be much. And then Monday, another system that's coming through, widespread, that's going to stick. That could be 1 inch or 2. So again, it's this pesky kind of another batch, another batch, another batch. And I'm getting some comments here that says we want the snow. That's great. We're supposed to have it in January. We got with the ground covered white again over the weekend, a lot of spots. And I like it too because it just looks like winter around here. I know people have issues with traveling, but the point is it's not going to be any major storm. But between Wednesday night and Thursday morning, we get a little bit more in the Thumb. And then the second storm is Friday, third storm is Saturday, maybe something Sunday, fourth storm at least is on Monday. So it's going to be this busier pattern as we go along, and it will dump a little bit every now and then. Temperature-wise, I'll show you where we're going to be in just a little bit. Just real quick, overnight tonight, this is kind of interesting because these temperatures in the low to mid-30s is where I'm thinking that we will start the day tomorrow morning. You can see the average low at the top of the screen there, and the banner is 19. We'll be at about 33 in Detroit, 35 in Mount Clemens, 36 in Monroe, 33 in Lapeer. That's how we start the day. But remember, I told you the cold front's coming through at around 7 o'clock. So by the time we get to the end of the day tomorrow, 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon and evening, this is where we're going to be. Temperatures are going to drop all day. So 18 in Howell, 19 in Pontiac, 21 in Mount Clemens, 23 in Detroit. Again, these are late evening, late day, early evening temperatures as people are starting to come back home from work, all that kind of stuff. So temperatures drop all day long. Look at the winds, northwest 15 to 30, maybe gusting to 35, so that'll make it feel cold as well. Here's just a little bit better way to show you what's going on here with tomorrow. Again, look at the temperatures drop from 33 to 22 from 7 to 7. So it's this constant falling off, bringing in the cold air tomorrow. Remember, it's 2 fronts tonight. The first one in the middle of the night, second one about 7 a.m., and that's why the temperatures start dropping. I will show you wind chills because we're definitely going to get back to that as well. We'll work this into tomorrow. Let's see here. Start this tonight and work it into tomorrow. Here's 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. See how cold we've gotten? These are wind chills, what your body really senses it is because the wind's blowing. It's going to gust 30, maybe 35 miles an hour. So this is certainly a reality check. The temperatures drop all day. The wind chills drop all day. Most cases tomorrow by 5 o'clock at the end of the day, we're in the single digits above zero. And then watch what happens as we go into Thursday morning. I'll stop it here again at about 8 o'clock. And so it looks like we're 5 to 10 degrees below zero for the wind chills on Thursday. That's pretty tough, especially since we haven't been there for a while. So everybody's got to be ready for that. As we go through the day on Thursday, we kind of try to struggle to get back to some double-digit wind chills by the end of the day. So it's going to get colder all day tomorrow. The wind chill is going to get worse all day tomorrow. Thursday morning, 5 to 10 below. That's the kind of the rush of the first cold air. But again, it's this major shift in the pattern that gives us the opportunity to be busier than normal and to pick up several different storms, although they're fairly weak. So tomorrow I put 23 kind of sort of looking like the high, because that's what really is going to matter. Our wind chills will drop colder than those temperatures. Our temperatures will drop to that in Detroit by the end of the day. It is not going to be a fun day. There'll be a few snow showers around. Thursday, probably dry for most of us except the tip of the thumb in the morning. And then 11 and 20, but it'll never feel that warm because of the wind chills. And then look, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That's 5 days in a row we have snow chances. Again, Friday is most widespread. Saturday's kind of showery. Monday is most widespread. And so those 3 days are the chances to pick up inch and a half, maybe inch or two on Monday. And so by the time we get to the middle of next week, it may have snowed 4 or 5 days in a row there as we go along. So just wanted you to know, I just wanted you to know that that shift is coming. We had the big thaw and things are changing, so I just wanted to give you an idea. Appreciate the comments. Some people want snow, some people don't want snow. This is not a huge problem for any particular big snowstorm, but it's just going to be a busier pattern, more like January really should be, especially if you know the last couple of weeks of January and the first week of February are statistically our coldest time of the year. We average 32 for a high and 18 for a low in Detroit. Of course, those numbers are colder as you move north and west away from town. But that's the scoop. So we're going to get a little busy. We're going to be on in about a half an hour on TV 20 Detroit. And we could see you there, or at 11 o'clock, of course, on Channel 7. And appreciate you watching. We'll see you on